Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today I shall be building the Sikorsky H-34, also known as the Seahorse helicopter in Minecraft. So, the Sikorsky H-34 is quite an early design of a military helicopter actually. It dates all the way back to the 50s and was quite extensively used by the United States Army and Navy as well, I think. It is quite a cool helicopter, maybe not because of its looks. Well, it's sort of distinct and no other helicopters look like this anymore, but also because of the layout, and we'll get into this right away. So, the helicopter is a transport helicopter. As you can see, it is quite big. The main interesting part is that the engine is actually a piston engine, and it is in the nose of the helicopter. That's why I put these cooling vents there. And then the drive shaft goes through the cockpit across to the propeller. What is interesting as well is, as you can see, the cockpit is located above the storage or the compartment for carrying stuff. So the whole bottom area here is open, which sort of aids the carrying capabilities of this helicopter. We have this interesting landing gear which is fixed, and it sort of gives it a little bit more of this distinct look. So anyway, I think it is time that we build this crazy thing. So let's go ahead. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna start of course with the landing gear, and I'm gonna try to line up this so I'm not gonna have a hard time. So we're gonna go for the landing gear being 5 blocks apart. So in the middle there's gonna be 3 blocks of the helicopter hull, and then we're gonna leave 1 block of empty space on each side. We can actually just space that out with some slabs, which are gonna be also which are actually the lower supports for the landing gear. So now that we've done that, we can place down some green hardened clay. I could do this in the gray sort of clay, but it isn't the right sort of color because they were sort of gray colored as well, but it's not the right one in Minecraft. So I've decided to go for the green because I have seen green examples of the helicopter, and I think it suits it quite well. So let's build the bottom first. So we're gonna go for this sort of shape. It is a very basic shape of this helicopter. There's no sort of very complex sort of curves and very complex parts of this helicopter. It's all very sort of angular and very straightforward. So let's continue. The easiest part of this helicopter is the bottom, which is basically just flat, and it sort of helps with building this helicopter. So we're gonna have this sort of middle bit, which is gonna be 3 blocks wide, and then we're gonna have the tail sort of bit, which is gonna be just a single row of blocks. So the tail here, the tail bit is 5 blocks long, as you can see. The rest here, 9 blocks, 10 blocks if you count the first one here, so you can have a general idea. Okay, so this is basically the bottom of our helicopter. We can add the anvil, which represents the rear landing gear. So actually I put it here. We can also put some item frames on the wheels just to bring them out a bit more. And this is basically all for the bottom, and we can continue adding some blocks. I'm just gonna add like a wall, something like that. We're gonna go a block out here on the sides, so it gives it a little bit more of an aggressive side, and it sort of brings it out a bit more, and sort of helps make it not so ugly looking. So we're gonna add this wall. On this side of the helicopter there would be a door, sort of like here, right behind the landing gear. So you can add that if you want. I'm gonna just fill it in. So we have the bottom of our hull, which means we can continue upwards, and I'm going to do that by placing a node block right there. So this is, as I said before, for aided cooling. We're going to add a couple more to the sides there, and the rest is going to be green hardened clay all the way to the rear here, like so. And we're gonna do the top a little bit later. So this is our basic shape without the top bit. Speaking of that, we can add the cockpit now. So it is a very simple sort of design. We have just 3 blocks of glass in this sort of configuration right on top there, and we have one in the middle as well, because the real one has sort of a panoramic glass top of the cockpit, and the rest is just gonna be green hardened clay. I've put some yellow hardened clay on it as well, just to sort of help it have some detail. Also on the marine version it is sort of discolored, and I think it looks pretty cool, so I decided to add that. That's pretty much the everything for our cockpit area, and we can continue by adding some slabs to the back here. Now this is gonna sort of ease it down to the tail, so it sort of helps the shape. Of course the color is not correct, but that's pretty much the extent of what I can do here. So I've added a block there, and I filled in a block right there, and I'm gonna add a couple of stone slabs just to sort of make the tail a bit taller there, and we're gonna leave a gap there, and then we're gonna go up with hardened clay blocks. Again, I'm using yellow here because of the paint scheme on the marine version, and on the top we're gonna have some green hardened clay, like so, actually like that. So the top of the tail is flush with the top of the cockpit, and that's pretty much it. We can add some little winglets to the tail as well. I'm just gonna add them to the top there of the yellow block, and that's pretty much it for our fuselage. We can also add some bracing for the landing gear. So these are basically landing gear struts, but it's a fixed landing gear, so they're just there all the time, and they just go from this block here, so one block below the cockpit, and just bring them out like so. And now it is time to add the propeller. Of course, before I do the propeller, I think I'm gonna do this one here, the little one. So it is sort of starts on this block here, so that's the top block, and I go out one block from there and just sort of go for this sort of shape, just basic nothing special about that. Actually, oh yeah, okay. So I did bring out this a little bit more. If I were to put it sort of there, it would interfere with the little wing. So this is pretty much how I'm gonna have it. And let's go and build the propeller, the main rotor. So we're gonna go for this sort of block here, and I've placed a fence post on top of it. On top of the fence post, I'm gonna put down a hopper, just like so. And you can see it has the sort of right shape for the rotor, and it looks pretty cool actually. And then we're gonna go on the top half of the hopper. I'm gonna put down a couple of slabs, and we're gonna stem the rotor blades from that. So we're gonna go 6 blocks in every direction. As you can see, it is a 4 blade rotor. So let's just build that out. So, and the other sides. Of course, the real one is a little bit different. It has a little bit different measurements. I went for 6 blocks here, in sort of so 18, so sorry, 12 blocks in diameter, but the real one is 17, I think. However, I think this sort of length suits it much better. If I were to make a sort of make it out of 4 straight lines, because these are sort of diagonal, I would make it I would make the block count a little bit bigger, but I've decided, because they are diagonal, they sort of are a little bit longer, and it looks much better if I sort of not make the blades that long, if you know what I mean. Anyway, the last thing to do would be to add some glass windows to the sides, so something like this, just to bring out a little bit more of the detail. And if I haven't forgotten anything, I think that this is pretty much it for the Sikorsky Skyhorse. It's not a Skyhorse. Well, it could be a Skyhorse. It's a Seahorse. You can see the sort of interesting shape, the sort of weird shape, and you can see where I come from. But also, it was a marine helicopter, so that's pretty much maybe why the name sort of implies that as well. Anyway, I am just talking nonsense right now, so I think it is time for me to end this video. So, as always, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my other videos. I have sort of a couple of these era of helicopters. I have the Huey over there somewhere, and the Chinook is right next to this one, so you can check those out. So, as always, as I said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.